So you're ready to record and edit your first episode, but what software do you pick? Hi, I'm Mark. I run the podcast hosting company Podiant, and I want to bring you actionable advice that you can apply to your podcast today. Now, we're going to run down the options for your audio recording and editing software. So to kick off, let's think about what we are recording and how we want to record, because it depends on your situation. If you're over Skype, for example, then maybe you want to use something like Skype Call Recorder. If you're on Windows, if you're on the Mac, then something like Audio Hijack is a good app. If you can, ask everyone to record their end of the call, and then you sync those together, stitch that audio together when you come to edit. It will sound much better, and you'll be surprised that most people are quite happy to do that. Zencastr is an okay option. There are sites like that for recording different sides of a call. I would avoid using Zoom to record the audio because it's not going to sound very good. There's a great app called Squadcast that I would recommend because it records everybody and you can see everybody on the call as well. If you're in person, you're recording on a laptop, then maybe use something like Audacity on Windows or QuickTime Recorder on a Mac. If you're recording using a handheld recorder like a Zoom, then that is a really great option. You've also got things like the Rodecaster Pro and also the new Monocaster, which is a very cheap alternative to the Rodecaster Pro. So why use a separate app for recording your audio versus editing? Well, it means that there's less to fiddle with, there's less to go wrong. You just hit one button to record, and then at the end of it, you've got your files, and you can keep your files where you need them to be, rather than think, is it part of this project? Where are the files? You just keep them all in one place. So what are the editing options that you've got? Well, for Mac, you've got Garageband and Logic Pro, and then for Windows and Mac, there's Hindenburg Journalist and Adobe Audition. I would caution you against using Audacity for editing. It's very well used among a certain community, but I think it's hard to use. It's meant for very technical people. It's not really designed for humans in mind. It's good for recording. I wouldn't use it for editing. Now, GarageBand is free if you've got a Mac. It comes with every new Mac, or you can get it from the Mac App Store. It's got an easy learning curve. It ramps well up to something like Logic as well. Logic is it's infinitely more expensive. It's about $200, and it's available on the Mac App Store. But it is a one-time purchase rather than a rental, and it does everything. If you get that app, you're never really going to need another audio editor on a Mac. Unless you're dealing with very specific circumstances. Hindenburg Journalist, again for Windows and Mac, it's newest to the bunch. It's a bit ugly, but it does work really well, and it handles volume of different voices very well. It will match that volume for you without you having to worry about it. And then finally, Adobe Audition, best-in-class software as far as I'm concerned. It's part of the Creative Cloud suite, which is a bit of a boo because it means it's a rental, but it will take care of a lot of the worry for you, and you can get up and running pretty quickly. Then there's other options like Dscript, which uses text-based editing as opposed to editing with waveforms. And then there's Alitu, which is a simple drag-and-drop audio editor that lets you assemble your episode almost factory style. And then if you're on an iPad, you can try something like Ferrite Recording Studio, which is a really lovely app, and it starts for free, and there's actually quite a lot that you can do with it. And there are a number of popular podcasters who are using Ferrite. So you've got to pick the app that's right for you. Right for your financial budget, but also for your time budget. You've got to think about how much time you can spend learning this app and how many tutorials and resources there are online. So factor that in when you're thinking about the app that you're going to get. Now, there's guides for the big four that I've mentioned: GarageBand, Logic Pro, Hindenburg Journalist, and Adobe Audition that are available via podiant.co/learn. We've got written guides and videos, screencasts as well. And as I said, you'll find all of that at podiant.co/learn, where you will find lots more resources to help you on your podcasting journey. And of course, from there, you can start your free 14-day trial of the Podiant podcast hosting service. I hope this has been a useful little walk through some of the options that are available to you when you're picking an audio editor. My name's Mark Steadman. You can find me and Podiant on Twitter at Podiant HQ. It's Podiant HQ, and Podiant.co is the website. And if you want more videos like this, more practical advice to help you in your podcasting journey, then you can subscribe to this channel. Search for Podiant and smash that subscribe button. I think that's what they say, isn't it? That's what the kids say. I'm too old for YouTube, but hopefully this has been useful for you. There's loads more videos like this, so do subscribe, and I will see you again in the next one. Take care.